Hey, well, I'm Barb, and Operation Christmas Child came to us via Mary Lister. And if you don't know who Mary is, ask somebody. Mary had her hands on everything ministry we ever did from the beginning. I had to ask Pastor Ron earlier because I wasn't sure on the timeline, but actually this came to us almost 20 years ago. And so I had to look, and I'm going, it's been that long, I don't want to say that, because I was here. So, Operation Christmas Child, so for some of you who don't know how this actually started, Mary had an information packet that she brought to us. And this packet, she showed it to us, and I don't know if it was through a home group or if it was directly to the congregation. But at the time, we had home groups back then. And so we just immediately were like, yeah, this is for us. And so the idea of packing a box that would go halfway around the world and touch somebody else's life was pretty, awestruck for us. And we thought, yeah. So that following summer, we got a box. It was an information packet kit that was to go out. There were about 24 kits in there, so they were a limited amount, but they were to be passed on to other churches in our area. So we went back to the phone book, because that worked so well for us in the past. And so we went down the list of churches and said, okay, the prayer was whoever got these would use them, and they would impact them like it did us. So we started making phone calls. Appointments were made, scheduled, and then we went ahead and dropped these off. Well, with the notion that Mary said, we'll be the drop-off center temporarily because we don't have one nearby. So they were willing to go and to Wichita, pack up in their own vehicles, take them down. And so the whole thing was, we were like, well, eventually it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger as the years went on. To now having the need for these two big tractor trailers that show up here. And I think there's another, Gayla, is there another collection center here?
There's a drop-off center for Southern Baptist.
Okay, so now we have two locations, okay? So this is just gone to the point of needing that level of being able to take it out of here. So one of the things I wanted to also share with you was these kits had to have, every year, they were too bulky. They were like VHS tapes and these big packets and stuff, so we couldn't mail them. So we had to make sure, but then as it evolved, then there were DVDs and they were passed out and stuff. But it's just amazing to me how far they just kept going and how big this got. So after we exhausted having to use Mary and Bob's vehicles to take these down, and we needed bigger equipment to take them out of here. A couple weeks ago when Gayla asked me to do this, I kept thinking, I was thinking about what I wanted to say. And one of the things that came to mind was how one information packet, one person brings that here, and it grows to this. Imagine what one box does. Get a little emotional. So one box to a kid in a community that receives this, and now say 10 other kids got them in that same village. Well, now the neighbors in that village have something to talk about. And it grows from there, and it keeps going. The reason we do this, there are two things that have never changed. Why we do it is to spread the word of the gospel, and so that it may bear fruit. And the second thing that never changed, you. We always need you to fill those boxes. I don't know why I'm so emotional with this. But without you, this doesn't happen. So we need all of you. We won't be doing the annual packing parties like we've done in the past. So we're going to go back to the old way we used to do it. And then, so we're going to ask that you take a box. They're all around here. They're in the back. And then just bring them back. When you bring them back, you can bring them to the desk back there, and we'll go ahead and store them for us until Collection Day. Collection Day is November 21st, is the last possible Sunday. And then also just fill out the paperwork that's in there. And there's a little tag in there in the box. Just fill one of these out for the age group. If you're not sure what to buy, there is a list back there that says age group, boy, girl, and it gives you some suggestions. And then also, there is a envelope in there for the $9 fee for the box. They asked for that donation. And if you'd rather, there's medicine bottles back there. If you fill these full with quarters, that is $9. But don't put them in the box. Just bring them to Gayla or me or Betty or someone from the OCC team, and we'll make sure, because then we'll write a check for that. So, and then also, just one other note. When I opened this morning, Gayla had just got these on Thursday, and my testimony with this part of it was the one thing that kept coming to me. One box, one information kit, ripple effect. And on here, it was the one box. So that's it. Thank you.